Hold on. Andrew Tate, I don't know if he did. Does anyone know if Andrew Tate actually had to go to the hospital, or was that like fake news from his fan base? Because the unfortunate, the unfortunate thing here is that his fan base is like spreading misinformation a lot, and it's like out of Romania, so we don't fucking know, and there's no way to like legitimately figure this out. But Andrew Tate's Twitter account shares questionable claim he was attacked after reports he went to the hospital after a jail checkup. The Matrix has attacked me, the tweet reads, perpetuating conspiracies around Tate arrest. Tate and his brother were arrested in December as a part of the human trafficking investigation. Andrew Tate's Twitter account shared an article suggesting that he and his brother were taken to the hospital. He or his brother was taken to the hospital on Sunday while in Romanian jail. Now, it wasn't clear who made the post since Tate is incarcerated, though the account suggested Tate had been attacked. Tate's post linked to the news from a Romanian outlet, Spy News, which stated, what the fuck is Spy News? Which stated one of the brothers had been sent to the hospital following a routine health checkup in prison. It did not specify whether it was Andrew or his brother Tristan. Spy News, in turn, cited a report from Romanian CNN affiliate Antena 3, where journalist Carmina Pricopie is quoted describing the brother getting referred to a hospital expert after his medical exam. The Matrix has attacked me, the account tweeted, but they misunderstand. You cannot kill an idea. Hard to kill. The Romanian report did not contain anything supporting the claim that someone tried to injure Tate. Tate's account has repeatedly referred to the Matrix movies while posting vague assertions that the investigation is a conspiracy against them. Tate has not directly responded to the human trafficking allegations, but his lawyer did tell the Romanian news outlet Gândul that there was no evidence other than victim statements, but stopped short of saying Tate was innocent. Of course, the brothers were arrested. They used the Loverboy method. You already know that. He was originally fucking taken in for 24 hours, which they extended to 30 motherfucking days. So, breaking, Andrew Tate is hospitalized. The Matrix attacked me, says Benny Johnson. Why the fuck is Benny Johnson tweeting about this? Because these disgusting fucking shitheads cannot stop themselves from putting their tentacles on anything and everything that they can potentially fucking propagandize, okay? That's why Benny Johnson, America's favorite plagiarizer. Let's watch. So Mudahar says, it sounds like a standard medical checkup. The Matrix isn't real either. It's a movie. Secure your grasp on reality and suck on fresh air. Here is the Romanian article. Yesterday, he was taken out of the central prison of the Capitol Police and taken to the hospital because he was because when he was incarcerated, according to the procedures, he was given a medical examination, and the prison doctor asked him if he was suffering from certain ailments. The attorney for the Tate brothers notified the Central Detention Center and stated that he had certain medical problems. Well, that's not very top G. Having medical problems like balding is not very top G. I thought he hadn't balded. I thought he cut his hair on his own accord. Now, from my information, he is again at the Central Police. From my information, he is again in Central Detention Center in the Capitol Police. More details about the disease or speaking about the condition or about something that follows medically speaking are not available at this moment. They are confidential information, says Carmina Pricopie, investigative journalist for Antena 3 CNN, said, according to the quoted source. Ableist much? Exactly. Do you see it now? Says social media strategist, life, liberty, property rights, Bitcoin, nonconformist. Anyway, okay, so Andrew Tate live, no evidence for trafficking or rape charges against brother, says lawyer. Okay, so we're gonna watch the lawyer now speak out on Gândul.
Domnul avocat.
Salut, bună, doamna Angelescu.
Mulțumesc pentru oportunitatea acestui interviu. Aș vrea să intrăm direct în subiect.
Cu drag.
Dumneavoastră urmează să comparați în fața instanței pentru a-i apăra pe Marie.
Dude, Romanian news is so fire. Like, it just feels like she shot this in her apartment. You know what I mean? Like, this grandma. Also, it seems to me that Andrew Tate's lawyer also has the same medical problem, the medical condition. He seems also to be follically disabled. Follically challenged, I'm sorry. You know, I guess that's how he picks his team, you know what I'm saying?
Până acum, până la acest moment, ați avut acces la dosar pentru a vă formula apărarea?
Stimată doamnă Angelescu, din păcate nu. Țin să precizez că fraților Tate li s-a...
Do you think Andrew Tate got this guy from Twitter like Elon Musk did? You know how like Elon Musk was like, I want all the top Twitter minds to be my lawyers. Like, it seems like he did the same shit. This guy's got no fucking riz, dude. He's like, oh God, he just sounds so fucking boring, you know? He sounds so incredibly boring. I know it's like, Hassan, you got to narrate. I ain't reading it. Okay, brother. I'm not going to fucking sit here and read 37 minutes of subtitles, okay?
Am luat cunoștință
He's
și
just
despre
basically talking about the details of what happened. Ultimately, he's going to say, during this period, while they were witnesses until were these goods returned to them.
Le-au fost înapoiate.
o parte cu prilejul
On the
percheziției
occasion
din
of the
11
search of 1104. So April 11th is the first time they were raided. If you remember, several of their electronic devices were seized.
2022 au fost ridicate mai multe device-uri electronice pentru a face obiecte și ne referim perioada de referință. Avem 11 aparte. Restituite o parte din aceste
some of the electronic devices were returned. Computer searches were carried out on them. Some of them were not even returned to this day.
Mare ca să nu se fi luat, să nu se fi extras datele din toate sistemele informatice și să nu se fi făcut toate perchezițiile informatice o perioadă de 8 luni de zile.
There's also a wiretap, though.
Ce dovezi
Can you, as a defense attorney, say that there's no support for the rape charge?
Stimată doamnă Angelescu, voi puncta încă de la început asupra faptului că starul de urmărire penală pentru a asigura apărarea eficientă a punct de vedere, eu sunt uimit cum...
In this sense, I would like to point out that at least from this point of view, I am also somehow amazed, together with my colleagues, that the distinguished lawyer Constantin Gliga and my other colleague, who were instrumentalizing this file, and we spent day and night trying to piece together the puzzle of the allegations presented by the prosecutor. Oh my God, he's such a fucking lawyer.
De procuror.
There is not a single piece of evidence apart from the victim statement. So his defense is literally, this is a he said, she said situation, and that the only evidence that the fucking prosecutors have is the eyewitness testimony. Which, by the way, when the fuck did we get to a point where, like, that's not enough? Especially in, like, a criminal trial. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck... Like, I don't understand how that's, like, not considered to be, like, evidence. You know what I mean? It's like... I genuinely don't understand. Like, it's at least enough to, like, conduct an investigation. You know what I mean? And there's also another witness, too. It's not enough evidence, apparently. No, it's an eyewitness testimony or like firsthand accounts of the action that took place is enough to fucking charge someone. No. It's not. I'm not saying someone says someone is a fucking, someone is a rapist and then you just throw them in jail. No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. But like, personal accounts is usually, like, if the criminal justice system works, enough to at least conduct an investigation, okay? And then if there are multiple women, including some who are witnesses to the action, well then yeah, you have a pretty decent case. The evidence is everything he's ever said publicly. I mean, there's that too, but like, obviously, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not enough. Thank God you're not the judge, dumbass. Oh my God. Of course, thank God I'm not a Romanian judge, you fucking idiot. But I'm also not saying that. Tater tots literally have like processing power diminished from their brains to be able to become tater fans, okay? To become the tater tots again. So they get so fucking horny and excited to hear what I just said, okay? They're like, oh, they're still responding or reacting to something that they misunderstood that I said 3 minutes ago after I'm done clarifying it.
In acest moment,
all of these people that are afraid someone will accuse them in a very convincing manner and be believed by a jury of your peers, what are you scared of? You thinking of something specific? Dude, that's crazy. Like, the assertion that, like, people would not be fucking upset or fearful of something like that, and that somehow like implements or that somehow implies that you're guilty of something is ridiculous. No, of course, just saying that someone is like someone did rape to them is not going to be enough for someone to have their fucking freedoms removed from them. Please, okay? And someone actually thinking that I said that and then jumping to that conclusion and then yelling at me is stupid, not because the concept itself is dumb, but because they misunderstood me. they're saying that there is not enough for a preventative arrest in conjunction with the elements of the criminal file, which I think that there are enough for a preventative arrest. After a few hours, the judge of rights and liberties studying the criminal investigation file in conjunction with the information contained in the report, proposal for a preventative arrest assesses that there are no elements to create reasonable suspicion. He's basically trying to, this is him gearing up for their appeals process so that they can shorten the sentencing, so they can shorten the amount of time Andrew Tate spends in prison, okay? They're saying that, like, there isn't enough evidence to put him in, some kind of preventative detention when, yeah, there is. Like, if there's a 9-month sex trafficking organized crime investigation that was concluded, which literally had wiretaps, I feel like they probably made a good job, or they probably have a good enough fucking reason to suspect that you were definitely doing sex trafficking, and you should be held in detention for an extended period of time. It's wild. It's not like they're just fucking, pulling this shit out of their ass. Like, this is the anti-terrorism unit, dude. Like, they had wiretaps. Like, what the fuck? You think that they just didn't? You think that they were just like throwing darts at a fucking wall? Like, I don't understand. This guy is arguing like he's not necessarily like he's trying to get Andrew out of fucking jail, but he's arguing like he wants the tater tots overseas. Extrajudicial evidence that was not requested by the prosecutor. The alleged victim, the alleged injured person, went to the office of a random psychologist. What do I know? And according to the criteria, that particular person known only to the applicant and following discussion. I mean, this is literally like him arguing the court case with a media person who does not have access to all the information. And I don't know if he's like presenting the information adequately. Okay. He's literally like, he is a debate lord. That's what lawyers are. Debate lording a random fucking media person. And the media person doesn't have access to all the information. He has access to all the fucking information. So like, he's always going to come across like he is the primary party here. It's kind of stupid because like then you're giving the prosecution like what you're actually going to do. But I guess that's a gamble for them because they want to do PR. So he doesn't give a fuck. So she didn't even go to the authorities herself. A psychologist went to the authorities after a psychiatrist went to the authorities, as is what she is supposed to do after she found out that like this had happened, I guess. That she was raped. And the people undergoing psychological control by the professional in question have suffered. What seems to me, so he's like already undermining the psychiatrist, saying like psychiatrist sucks. But it seems to me, and what I don't understand, how could the accusation have been based itself on extrajudicial evidence, and how could it be presented to the court in the proposal for a preventative detention as evidence that this extrajudicial expert opinion with the quotation marks that are required was the basis for the proposal when such serious offenses so reprehensible, evidence should be presented at the time of the proposal for a provisional arrest, which does not leave any doubt for impartiality or partiality. I don't think that was the only reason for why he got fucking arrested, though. He's like lasering in on the rape thing, but this is not the that's not the reason why. Pre-licensed therapists here, psychologists can't break confidentiality and report past instances without written permission from the patient. We can assume that they were allowed in writing to advocate for her in her place. I think the only reason why they would do that, the only reason why they would be allowed to do that is if they're worried about their own personal client. There's a reasonable suspicion that they will do a crime again in the immediate future. Right? That's the only way that like a psychiatrist can violate that patient confidentiality. That's just straight up not true law. Wait, really? Am I wrong about that? I don't think there's HIPAA in Romania. I mean, a lot of these countries have similar fucking rules. It's not like it's lawlessness. Come on. As much as Andrew Tate literally was like, I went to Romania because it's lawlessness and I can ball on a budget and be a pimp and fucking pay the cops. It's not like that. He's talking about he's basically, he's just, I'm skipping over here, but like, he's just saying that it's just like victim testimony or even worse. It's a medical professional's like assessment of the trauma. That should not be enough to arrest someone. But that's not the reason why he's in jail, in my opinion. I don't think that is the reason. Also, I have to pee again.
Așa numitelor traume suferite înseamnă că plângerile penale în continuare, plângerile prealabile în continuare.
They actually released text messages of Andrew Tate and the victims, really? I mean, this looks like it's serving the interests of Andrew Tate more than anything else. I know, like, Gandul, like, I'm not very familiar with, like, Romanian outlets, obviously. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what the fuck Gandul's, like, interests are in this circumstance. But it does feel like this is just, like, PR for the most part. Because, again, she doesn't have access to all the details. He does. So he is basically going to control all the information in this. He owns, like, Andrew Tate's lawyer owns the conversation. He is the primary person with all the information in this circumstance. And there isn't enough information that, like, official documents have not been revealed. So she doesn't have enough to, like, push back on anything. So he could just basically say, like, he could basically just fucking say whatever the fuck he wants. Gandul and Digi24 are 100% trustworthy sources. I'm not saying it's an untrustworthy conversation, but even trustworthy news outlets will sometimes want to, they sometimes get horny for exclusives, which this is, especially if you are a smaller news outlet. And you get horny and then you fucking have, like, the lawyer come on and talk about it. Not that any of this matters, but it's feeling like the defense attorney arranges the interview with Gandul and not the other way around. The lawyer just said he doesn't have access to the full file, but it doesn't matter because he still has more information than Gandul does about the case. And he's like, or even if he doesn't, he is seemingly claiming he has more information and therefore following up by, painting the conversation in a particular way. He keeps saying he doesn't have the file and doesn't know anything. I know, but it doesn't matter because he keeps saying, like, well, the real reason why the extradition protocol happened is because, like, it was a victim testimony and nothing else, blah blah blah. Like, that's important. He's making it seem like he has more information even if he doesn't.
Ar fi existat vreun mandat de interceptare? Sau doar percheziție informației?
This is purposeful torture. I wish this was in English, honestly. It is boring. I can't watch this.